The New York Islanders fall to the Toronto Maple Leafs 2-1 in a tight checking game. It was a good game actually, but results still the same. Islanders lose. Listen, I should let everybody know that I only saw 43 minutes of this game. I didn't see the first 17 minutes of the game, so I can't really make overall assessments tonight because with not seeing 17 minutes of ice, it's hard to make a call. Somebody may have had their best part of their game in the first period that I didn't even see. I can only go by what I saw in the last 43 minutes. And I immediately tuned in to the Islanders going on to the PK, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is a great way to start. I'm going to get to see the first goal." I guess in some ways I was pleasantly surprised it was nothing with 17 minutes gone by, but yeah. So Islanders fall 4 games below 500. It's looking bleak, looking bleak, folks. It's time to start thinking sell or retool or whatever we're going to do with our team, but we definitely can't be. We definitely can't be buyers this year, that's for sure. I'm still not ready to write off the season, but I would say our odds are getting bleak. They're getting grim. It's getting bad. But I thought it was interesting. I thought tonight's game in a 2-1 loss to the Leafs, I thought pretty much encapsulated our season as a whole so far in this game as we pretty much saw everything that the way it's been going. Okay, the Islanders give up the first goal. Check. Give up first goal to the Leafs. Paul McMahon scoring from Nick Robertson on a beautiful blind giveaway by Casey Cizikas. Yeah, that's it. Just and it was just inexcusable. I mean, the goal was nice, but what a giveaway! What a giveaway! Bonehead play. I guess, and pardon me, it was in the second period. That's right. I'm thinking of it as the first period because it's really the first full period I saw. But I saw the last 3 minutes of the first, and we got out of that nothing. And then, but we still checked the box by letting Toronto score first. But we get a beautiful goal from Scotty Mayfield. I did think that maybe he took too much time loading it up, but what a beauty bar down shot that was on a great pass by Barzell as we had them running around in the zone. Pellick made a nice play as well to keep the buzz going in that end, and it was a beauty and 1-1, and much to my surprise, we were back in the game. And the Islanders were playing well. So were the Leafs, but the Leafs didn't look really that dynamic. I mean, without Matthews, there's just something big missing about the Leafs. They just don't look very dangerous, but dangerous enough to beat the Islanders, that's for sure. Uh, we got too many guys slumping. We got too many guys who can't finish. We got too many things like that happening. And sure enough, in the third period, we're gonna blow it again in the third period, like we always done, and on a very fitting way on a penalty kill. I mean, does that not encapsulate our season? It's like the guys on ESPN were talking tonight. It's like the Islanders start every game down 1-0 because they're guaranteed to be a -1 in the specialties department. I mean, we're giving up a goal a game right now in the last 17 games. You can't, and we haven't scored a power play goal in the last 10. So you can't have that happening. You just can't and expect to win. And things go pretty much the pattern of the whole season. The Islanders put some great pressure on 6-on-5. The Islanders actually score a goal, and it should have been a goal because the puck wasn't covered. Anders Lee should have had a goal on 6-on-5, but to encapsulate the season once again, there's a quick whistle, got blown down. There's nothing you can do, and the whistle's blown, even if it wasn't covered or not. So just pretty much sums up the Islanders season right there, doesn't it, folks? I'll tell you that. And yes, and of course we're going to get a big injury. And like I said, this game pretty much encapsulated our season. Like there's no doubt, no George has a concussion. That was one of the most brutal hits to the head I've seen. Like I've been talking about this for years now, and I've had people actually fight back on me, and I've been calling for the reverse hit to be banned from hockey. It's one of the most dangerous plays there is out there. Unless you've really played the game of hockey and understand how this works. When when you're coming in as a checker and you're running out of space between the two of you, the guy, the puck carrier who's in front of you and in between you and him in the wall, and you're running out of space, so there's only so where to go. So the guy's gearing up to hit. And when you gear up like that, it's a kind of a move into the hit kind of thing. That leaves you very vulnerable as somebody comes back and smacks you to the chops, to the head with the shoulder pad like that. It is one of it's as dangerous as cross-boarding somebody into the boards head first, in my opinion. And it's a penalty. It's a penalty. I don't know how this ever got accepted into the game. I have no idea. The guy who's coming in to hit the guy with the puck does not have the puck. So if the puck carrier hits him, just because he has the puck doesn't matter. If he hits him, that guy doesn't have the puck. That is interference. That is interference. And tonight, that was a 5 minute match. That was a hit to the head. That was a targeted hit to the head. I mean, that's exactly what he did. He whooped right up into the head like that, and nobody can tell me anything different. And then to make it matters worse, the Leafs score on the play. And of course, that's another thing that I say absolutely encapsulates the Islander season. I mean, that's just another thing that makes sense. Yeah, Toronto should have got a 5 minute major, but instead they get a goal to go up 1-0. Yeah, that makes perfect sense in the season that the Islanders have had this year because that's just the way it has went. And okay, well, I guess enough of that. I guess I'm just going to quickly talk about the guys tonight. They actually all didn't play that bad, man for man. It was pretty even in shots on net. The possession time and everything was pretty much even, but I was a little disappointed how kind of soft we were in response to the hit to George. I really think we needed to make a bigger statement than that. But the problem is that the Leafs have Reeves sitting on the bench, and we pretty much had nobody other than unless we want to sacrifice our leading scorer and Anders Lee to go scrap him, or I guess it would be Scotty Mayfield scrap Reeves. But scrapping Reeves doesn't mean nothing. You gotta go after a guy like Domi and scrap him. So you need somebody like a Pajot or a Palmieri or somebody to go after a Domi where like Reeves will let it go because it's in the right weight category and shit like that. So the lack of response to me tonight was kind of alarming. I'll just say that. I will just say that. So I didn't see really a whole lot out of Siplikov tonight. I thought he was very blasé for his normal game. Sure, he was doing his board work good and that, but we need more to be happening from Max. We can't just rave about all the little things that he's doing right and everything that with no results. But it doesn't help when you've got a guy like Brock Nelson on the line right now that is just playing some awful hockey right now and is completely snake bitten. But yeah, not Siplikov's best night of the year, I don't think. Duclair didn't notice anything fantastic either with him. He's still breaking his way into the game after being on injury and whatnot. So we're going to need a little bit of patience with him. Declare walked out with -1 tonight. Barzell with the beauty of an assist, but I didn't really think he was very impactful tonight. Not like he can be with carrying the puck and using his speed and whatnot. Sure, he had his moments, but I've seen him do better. But once again, this is another guy breaking himself in from an injury, and it takes time, and you wish it didn't because we don't have time to waste, but that's just the way it is. So pretty much the same can be said for Bo as Barzell. Like he had his moments out there. He had a lot of ice time tonight, but no production. I mean, we had the one beautiful setup on the power play there with him in the middle, and It's great for him to get his one timer off and that, but far, far too many times it just goes right into the middle of the breadbasket of the goaltender, right? Like dead center ice. I mean, I get it. I get it. You don't have much time. You've got to get that puck off quick, but you got to have a little bit of an idea, from right to left. I mean, I shot a one timer before. You can send them to the right and you can send them to the left. You don't have to send them right down the middle every freaking time. Like, uh, start using your talent and make it happen, and maybe some of these pucks will start going into the net. Engvall, well, I didn't think he was horrible. I saw a couple of moments where he put his speed to good use. Came close to scoring a goal there, and so it didn't really hurt us defensively tonight. So nothing more I can ask out of Engvall than that right now. That's the way I see Engvall. And I thought Fasching was the same thing. I thought Fasching was really good tonight. I saw him forechecking a lot out there, a lot of hustle, a lot of effort from Fasching tonight. So good on Fasching. Let's see here. Who do we got? Kyle Palmieri. The same thing with Brock Nelson. I was kind of blaming their production on Siplikov not being on the line, but they're both of them are just not playing that well right now, and they need to pick it up. Uh, they need to get that chemistry going again. I almost kind of feel in some sort of ways that it almost feels like the players have taken a bit off the pedal. I find it hard to believe they would do it that early in the season, but it feels like a deflated team out there right now. And until the pucks start going into the net and whatnot, it is going to be a deflated team for the rest of the season. Anders Lee, same thing. Not the greatest game for Anders tonight, but like when I say not the greatest game for all these guys, they all actually had pretty good games. It was a seesaw game. It was even possession, shots on net, all that kind of stuff. The only thing that wasn't even was the scoreboard, which was 2-1. So, uh, even though I say not a great game, it didn't mean they had a bad game. It's just like I didn't see anything that stuck out from the normal that said, "Wow, is he ever having a whale of a game tonight?" Yeah, good game. A lot of Islanders had good games tonight. Just not great games, and we need people to step up and start having some great games, or nothing's going to happen. I've got a feeling we're in for a very long second half of the season here. I'm not sure we're in for a real big playoff push here, but you never know. All it takes is a 2 to 3 week hot streak, and that changes everything. So you just hang in there. Kyle McLean, I thought I've noticed a noticeable improvement in him in the last 8 games or so. Always given the 100% effort in these last 8 or so. So happy to see that out of Kyle. And yeah, put zeros across the board was exactly what we wanted on the fourth line. So good job to those guys. Pager. Pager didn't really stick out tonight, and um had an okay game. Just had an okay game. I mean, we weren't great in the dot tonight either. Not to our normal standards. Mind you, for some reason, I don't know why we have problems against Toronto, but we seem to. Yeah, just not JG's best game. Not a bad game though. Zeker had the horrible, horrible giveaway. Now, granted, it was kind of like everything was weird. What happened? You just don't have a defenseman leave the ice from the far corner to skate all the way across the ice to go to the bench when the other team has the puck. So you knew that George was dazed and confused, 100%. I mean, he has a concussion. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And we know how concussions roll. Could be anywhere from back next week to 6 weeks. Who knows? But concussions are they're touchy. So yeah, that's not looking good. That's not looking good at all. I thought Pellick had a really good game tonight. That's a couple good real games for him. Him and Pollock were both I thought were excellent, but I thought Pellick was even more so engaged, like on the offensive side. Man, he really ripped one off the bar there late in the game. He was so darn upset. He ripped one off the post last game too. So Adams getting closer and closer in the offensive department. I think that's why he was a little extra frustrated tonight. Plus, it would have tied the game at the same time. But overall, really good game from Adam tonight. He was completely engaged in the offensive side of the puck, and he was also very good on the defensive side of the puck as well. Like I said, same could be said for Pulock, except with the exception that I think that Pelech was more involved offensively tonight than Pulock was. I thought Dobson looked pretty good tonight. That's a couple of games in a row where I haven't noticed any really huge lapses from Noah. So he didn't put any points on the board or anything like that. Didn't really help us in that sense. But I just didn't see him being a detriment to us tonight. So I thought he had a good game. Mayfield, what a shot! It was so nice to see. It was a beauty for sure. Uh, I always like when Scott scores, but I got to tell you, I was getting pretty nervous there. Like he 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 accepted the puck perfectly. Like there was no bounce off his stick or anything. He cupped it perfectly, and so all he had to do was shoot, but he just took this extra half second to try to make sure. I mean, it wasn't really close, but it was starting to get pretty close, and I was like, come on, man, Scott, shoot the puck. But it was a beauty and good for Scott. It was an important goal for us at the time, tying it up as well. Romanoff, like I said, I thought him and Dobson actually looked pretty good tonight. Nothing outstanding. It's definitely not a typical Romanoff game. Well, a little bit, but not as much as he normally does. He's got a couple shots, couple of block shots, but he can have such bigger games than that. But overall, I thought the defense from the Dobson Romanoff combo was excellent. Isaiah George just doesn't look good. I'm guessing 6 weeks. Or, well, you don't know with concussion. It could be 1 week. Technically, he could be. I've had so many concussions, I know that you could feel fine the next day. That's possible. I've had concussions where I have felt fine the next day, and I've had other concussions that have lingered for years. So, uh, yeah, you just don't know the concussion department. Ilya Sorokin, once again, I feel bad for Ilya. It'd be nice if this team ever scored some goals for him, so to give him a couple more W's. But Ilya certainly isn't the weak link on this team, and he keeps us in every game. I didn't think he had to be spectacular tonight, but I thought he was good, and just, very disappointing. I mean, the shots on net tonight were Islanders 33 and Leafs 31. It was a good game. It was a good game. We were just on the wrong side of the coin once again. So that's just the way it goes. Anyway, I hope all you guys and girls out there, y'all take care and have a good night and peace out.